In this video, I'll show you 10 JavaScript one-liners that will make you look like a distinguished engineer. In JavaScript, we can make every character in a string uppercase or lowercase using the two uppercase and two lowercase methods, but there's no built-in way to make just the first character in a string uppercase. This one-liner does just that. So cap is a function that accepts a string. The string, we're going to take the first character and then uppercase it, and then add to that the rest of the string. We're going to slice the first character out of it. So now when we pass this string with all lowercase letters in it, just the first character in the string is going to be uppercased. If you want to copy some text into the clipboard, it's super easy. Just use navigator.clipboard.writeText and then pass in that text. So we're creating a function here that accepts some text, and then we're writing that to the clipboard. So copy to clipboard, code stacker, and now code stacker is in the clipboard. Next, we can use set in JavaScript to easily remove duplicates from an array and to find only unique values. So in here, we're creating a function that is unique values, and we're passing it an array. We're going to return from this an array where we're going to spread in a new set passing in our array. So when we call unique values, we'll pass into that an array, and the result is going to be only the unique values from that array. Here's a quick and easy one-liner to check if a number is even or odd. So we're going to create this function here, pass it a number, and then we're going to return if the number module 2 equals 0. So when we use this modular or divisible operator, it's going to return to see if it's divisible by 2. So if that equals 0, then we know that it's even. And if not, then we know that it's odd. So this is going to result in a Boolean, true or false. Here's a one-liner to find the average of any number of numbers. So we're going to get the average is going to be a function. We're going to spread in our numbers. And then we're going to return numbers.reduce. So what this does is it basically adds them all up. And then we're going to divide by the number of numbers. So numbers.length, how many numbers did we have? So if we have some test grades here, we can score them and we can get the average is going to be 94.4. Now, if you need to reverse a string for some reason, then this will do it. We're going to create a reverse function where we're passing in a string. Then we're going to split the string, reverse it, and then join it back together. So hello world becomes droll row ole. But note that this does not work with a palindrome. So race car is actually a palindrome. So race car is race car reversed. Here's a one-liner that will convert RGB colors to hexadecimal. So we're creating this function RGB to hex. We're passing in our values, and then we are going to return hash, and then all of this is converting our 3 RGB numbers into hexadecimal. So when we call RGB to hex and we pass in a color, we're returned the same color in hexadecimal format. Or if we want to get a random hex color, we can use this one. So we have this random hex color function, which is going to return to us a random hexadecimal color. So this is going to result in a random color, and we can actually see what it's going to return. I have this extension called Quokka. Let me run Quokka on this file. Now it's going to return to us a random color. Every time I save the file, it reruns and gives us another random color. This one lets us know if an array is empty or not. It returns a Boolean. So we have our function array is not empty, passing in our array. Then we're going to check to see if this is actually an array. If it is, we're going to say and the length is greater than 0, then we know that it's not empty. So array is not empty. Let me turn Quokka on again, and we'll see here that we are returned true. The array is not empty. So then if we empty this array, we're going to see that it is now false. So it's important to name your functions of variables to where it's easy to understand what's going on. So this is array is not empty. If that's true, then we know that it is not empty. If it's false, then we know that it is empty. Do you want to mix things up? This one will shuffle an array. So we have shuffle array as our function. We're passing in an array. So then we're going to sort the array, and we're going to sort it randomly. So we have shuffle array 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's shuffling it to 3, 2, 4, 1. going to return a random shuffle every single time. So if I hit save, it's going to be random again, although that's randomly not random. Okay, so let's save again. Okay, now it's random again. Let's save it again, save it again. Every time it should be random. I hope these are helpful. Like this video to help me out and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this.